Welcome back, tribe. Apparently, men are getting evil. All right.
Men are getting more evil. Okay. I had an evil situationship over the summer that made me down bad for a couple weeks, and I thought he was the devil. But then I had another situationship this past October. We dated for like a month, and I need to tell you how evil this man was because it's unfathomable. Okay, so we met on Hinge. First red flag, I don't know why I thought this was okay. But I've had good experiences with guys on Hinge before, and he seemed like very blunt and very like into meeting me and getting to know me, and we were texting all the time and like real deep conversations. I was like, wow, we're getting along really well. So we met up on a night out because I had just got back into town, and he ended up coming home with me, and we didn't do anything, okay? We literally stayed up till 4 a.m. and talked. The next morning,
Hold on.
on a night out because I had just got back into town, and he ended up coming home with me all the time and like real deep conversations. I was like, wow, we're getting along really well. So we met up on a night out because I had
Oh my God, bro. Where are the brains? Are you kidding me? How do women expect to be taken serious when the first time meeting a guy, literally day one, he comes home over your place, and that guy might have gotten scared and didn't do anything, but clearly by the way she's talking about it, expectations were that if something happens, it happens. You see, like the very first thing her mind went to, read between the lines, is he came over. Yes, I know he came over, but nothing happened, I swear. Because they expect something to happen. I don't know how many times you have to explain this shit to guys. If a woman invites you over to her place and it's just you two, you're already in. The only thing you could possibly do is talk yourself out of pussy. Seriously, man. It's so obvious. So this isn't the first time, clearly. She's comfortable inviting guys over. She already knows what the deal is when she invites guys over. She's getting her guts rearranged. And she's talking about how nothing even happened. So we're going to go into a bullshit story about how this guy still played me even though he didn't use me for my body like probably most guys did, or some variation or another of getting pumped and dumped.
just got back into town, and he
Oh my
ended up coming
God.
home with me, and we didn't do anything, okay? We literally stayed up till 4 a.m. and talked. The next morning, he kind of wanted to, but I was like, you shouldn't have talked to me until 4 a.m. if that's
You
all
see?
you wanted, right? Okay. And he was like, no, like I wouldn't have stayed up till 4 a.m. if that was all I wanted. Let's go get breakfast. And I was like, okay, solid.
You see, so now you got to take her out to breakfast. She basically told you, listen, I wanted my guts rearranged. You shouldn't have kept me up till 4 in the morning. So because you're so much of a pussy, I'm going to make you invest even more to get this because clearly you're not man enough to take what you want. So, and this is the game that they play. You can't even be mad. It's very simple. We all drop the ball like this. Every single guy, I've dropped the ball like this on like a dozen women, where I just didn't make a move because, oh, what if I'm too quick with it? What if I'm too pushy? Oh, she might lose interest. And the entire time she was, and I've even had girls tell me this, like, wow, you're so sweet. You're so nice. I really would have thought we were going to do something the first night. I'm surprised you held out, blah, blah, blah. And this happens even after we slept the first time. And she would say, wow, yeah, that first night, it took a while. I had thought it was like something wrong with me, or like maybe you weren't that into me or something. They all expect you to sleep with them if they invite you over, every single one, which is what makes the Akash story so funny, because that woman is so full of shit. She's like, hook up to me means something different. I invited a guy on over, and all we did was just kiss, but then I woke up with a sore booty hole. Come on, bro. Are you fucking retarded?
So then this, like, he is just all green flags. He met my friends, all green flags. I met all of his friends. He took me out on real dates. He took me to a speakeasy, like planned this whole date. Bought me everything I wanted all the time, like paid for everything. Such a gentleman, like had the sidewalk rule down, the car doors, everything, okay? He was a perfect gentleman. All my friends loved him, said that they saw nothing wrong with him. His social media was no red flags, nothing, okay? Then we have one day on Halloween, okay? We're having a great time at a bar crawl, and we go home together, and it's totally fine. Like, everything is completely normal. The next morning, he leaves. We say goodbye. And I'm like, I'll see you again soon. He says, duh, of course. Like, I'll see you soon. I was like, okay, yes, like, love that. No, that was the last time I ever saw him. And he was being, like, really distant after this. And I'm very blunt, okay? So when he was being distant, I was like, if you don't want to hang out again, like, just say that, because he wasn't answering my texts very much and not really making a plan.
Bitch,
and
get the
prior
point.
to this, we always had a plan on the books, and now we didn't. So he responded back within that 20 minutes after I said, if you don't want this, just say that. Like, if you don't want to hang out, just say that. And he goes, no, like, I've genuinely been busy. Like, I have like, exams this week. It's midterms, whatever. I'm like, okay, like, you responded in 20 minutes. Fine. Then we just, like, talked like normal. It was totally fine, okay? The next morning, I woke up to myself blocked on everything. On everything, okay? And I knew exactly what it was. I knew exactly what it was because I have really good intuition. And the only like yellow flag I was getting from him the whole time was that he had just got out of a relationship like a month before we started dating. But we talked about it and it seemed like he was really over it. Like, and he never brought her up unless I brought it up and was like, hey, like, are you over this? Like, are you sure you want to like get into something? And mind you, he was saying to me like, I'm in this for a long time. Like, I really like you. Like, all this stuff, okay?
Are people just retarded today? I'm sorry, what is the average IQ in America these days? If we were to test people, what are we scoring? How are guys putting in any work with these women? Why would you? Why would you? And then there's some dude that gets down on one knee for this. This is crazy to me. Dude, this is the farthest thing from what a lady would be like. And guys put up with this shit. There's simps. There's tons of messages in her DMs. There's thirsty dudes everywhere that will take her out, spend money on her. For what? She invites guys over the first night. She invites guys over literally off of what is it? Tinder, Hinge, Bumble, whatever. Humble. I said humble. About the combine Hinge and Bumble. She gets porked the first night. You're over here investing time, resources, attention, when literally, if you're attractive enough, you go over and beat cheeks and leave. I remember when I was on Tinder and all that shit, this was back in college. Dude, I had girls coming over bringing wine and shit. We were having little, one-on-one get-togethers at my place. I was staying at my friend's house. It was like $1 million mansion, ranch house in California, 5 minutes from the club, whatever. We would bring girls back all the time. But he had a pool in the back with like fountains squirting water and all stuff. His sick-ass pad. I was just a roommate. And I was inviting girls. They were coming over straight off of Tinder. Just when I would send a little recording off Snapchat of me just hanging around, pool day, just relaxing, you should join me tonight, and bring a bottle of wine. And they would, and guts got rearranged. And you're telling me that there are dudes that just hear women like this speaking. I know once you get her phone number, you're getting her Instagram, you're getting her Snapchat, all that shit comes up in your recommendations right away in contacts. So you know what their accounts are. You can go do the bare minimum due diligence on the Instagram profile. Does she got naked pics on there, like practically in her bikini or in her bikini? Is she in hotels nonstop? Has she traveled to like 27 countries and counting? You sucked off old dudes to get there. The game is so simple once you understand the basic rules. You're no longer the one getting played. You're playing the game. It blows my mind, bro. This is like some of the lowest quality potentially I've seen in a long. It's not like this. Akasha's women, any woman that speaks like this, talks like this, looks like this, the same fucking look, the same mannerisms, the same stupid words. They're all, what are they collecting slop from the same exact fucking place? It's just, it's like completely getting drilled into their heads from the same fucking TikTok videos and the same creators that they're following, telling them to do this, do that, be a bad bitch in the other. None of you got men. None of you are married. None of you can hang on to a man longer than a week. This one's struggling to hold on to a dude for a month. Dude used her as a rebound. He was broken up with his ex. He wasn't even over. Dodo brains over here, went on dates, got guts rearranged eventually, I'm assuming, after talking for a month. He came over the first night. Dude was rearranging guts. So that kitty was garbage. He went back to his main woman or found another one that was even better. This was like a stopgap chick, right? You have a stopgap to like hold me over until I find something decent. This is what dating is today. A series of stopgaps. I'll date this person because they're good enough for this time period until I move on to the next one. Next stopgap. Okay, this one's got a little bit more shit. Nope, slightly less. Go back to the one behind. Okay, wait a second. Just mash with another one. Go on a date with another chick. Ooh, this one's got potential. Boom. You stop spinning the plates in the back. And then you start to spin up new ones. And that's what it is. This is what a roster is. And you're constantly having 4, 5, 6, 7 chicks on a rotation that some fall off. They find a dude who gives a fuck. Goodbye. And then you go pull another one out the wild. And then you have your rotate. And that's the rotation. You're constantly rotating through a small pool of women. And neither of them, not even one of them you're taking seriously. There's not one. Because once you meet a real good woman, a decent woman that has potential for the long term, you do drop your plates. You stop seeing them as much. You're hanging around with one woman far more than normal. The rest know this. The rest see you start to disappear out into the ether. And so they fall off because they've got other dudes they're pumping them too. This is dating today. And this is what feminism brought us. And people are like, oh my God, the hypersexual, the hookup culture, I can't stand. This is what you wanted. This is your empowerment, right? Your female sexuality. This is what it is. You invite guys over after one fucking date or just talking on a dating app. You get your guts rearranged. Box is trash. The guy moves on. And then you wonder, where does it all go wrong? And you rinse and repeat this stupid fucking process. And then the dumb IQ bird brain, you hardly have something in your fucking cranium that fires synaptically. And then you go, it's men's fault. How can I blame men for being retarded? I know, I'll blame men. It is all so tiring. I'm getting sick of low IQ retards. I really am. Can we ship them off to like a fucking island somewhere away from everybody else? Can there be some form of meritorious democracy that we can live in where you have to earn your way into voting? You have to earn your way into this society where it's all safe and beautiful and the streets are clean and there's no fucking hobos and there's no drug addicts on the streets and there's no women just showing their bodies just walking down a fucking Walmart somewhere. Just gas stations are nice. There's no shootouts happening. Our government isn't full of corrupt fucking retards. People date with intention to get married. Having kids is actually something positive, a pro-natalist society. No, we're forced to share Earth with retards, and we have to breathe the same air and pretend we're all equal and that we all should have a say. It's a scam. It's a scam. It's never worked this way throughout all of human history. It's never been like this. We've only recently allowed everyone these sort of rights, and they're not rights, they're privileges that we turned into rights. And because we gave everybody the right when they shouldn't be saying shit, shouldn't be speaking up because you're too dumb and inept and not qualified to speak, we get the world that we have today, and we're all suffering for it. We have universal suffrage without universal suffering. Men can go off to war, die in a ditch. Women get to put their hair up in a ponytail and stay at home. Yet they have the same amount of votes that you do. They get to have the same say in society that you do. But they don't have to go fight and die and bleed for a country. They're not even forced to do their feminine duty in this sense. And the feminine duty in this sense is have babies for the state. If men have to go get obliterated in a war and bodies have to stack up to ensure the tree of liberty is quenched, then women must do their duties to the state and have babies. Why aren't women being forced into having babies? And I say forced, but at least in a pro-natalist side, like, hey, by 30, you should have a couple of kids. You should at least have 3 kids. You should be at least doing it. And if you're a woman that had 4 kids or more, give her a vote. Give her a vote, because a woman with 4 children is deeply rooted into the future of where society's headed. They vote more conservative in policy. And I don't mean conservative like retarded Republican conservatives. I mean conservative as in we want to conserve our society for future generations. We want to make sure that they're born into a good world and they have good people around them with good potential that they can earn that themselves. And it's a fair system. A woman with kids is more likely to think that way. When she has 4, you can have sons and daughters. You get a nice mix and you get to see what the world is like for your children growing up, and you want to do better. It's all these childless, harpy, 50% of these weirdo liberal women are on SSRIs or other pharmacologicals just to survive a day in the extreme West. Vote with policies that are against their interests, like open borders, so they can go get absolutely wrecked in the streets physically by men forcing themselves on them that are not the men that they're claiming are the ones oppressing them. It's all the foreigners coming in, or the third worlders. Society's a joke, bro. This world is a fucking clown show. We gave people the right to vote. Not the right. I have to stop calling it. We gave people the privilege of voting who never deserved the privilege, never earned the privilege in the first place. We have to have a conversation about this shit, or more retarded videos like this are going to keep popping up, and they keep getting worse. Oh my God, bro. Can I even withstand the last 2 minutes?
All this stuff, like, I'm really in this for the long time. Like, I really, like, get along with you. I really like you, blah, blah, blah. Very reassuring, very much seeming like we were going somewhere. And we had, like, kind of talked about exclusivity as well. And he was feeling out if I was talking to other people, and I was like, no. And he was like, yeah, I'm not either. Whatever. No. Meanwhile, all of this, I knew exactly he was talking to X again, because I just have intuition. I knew it. So y'all can't fool me. So I DM'd the X, okay? I DM'd the X, and I'm like, by the way, like, your man's been dating me for a month, and I don't know if you guys are, like, talking or getting back together, but we've been dating for a whole month, okay? And she responds back, and she's like, oh my God, like, I would have never known this. He has been pursuing me and trying to get me back for, like, a week now, like, a full week. Towards the end of mine and his relationship, he was, like, pursuing the X back, and she was like, I never would.
Yes, there you go. Stopgap. Oh my God, Nostradamus over here. How could he possibly predict what the guy was doing? I don't know. Maybe because I did it too. Maybe because this is what guys do. Maybe because this is what I've been warning women against. And this is why. You're the stopgap chick. You're the I'll use you for now while I really get back the woman I want. For whatever reason, it was back to the shithole that he got dumped out of his last relationship. Whatever he did to lose that one. This is a joke, bro. This is a joke. I'm going to start covering more politics and more shit that's interesting, because I can't listen to fucking retards. I can't pretend to give a fuck unless it's extremely entertaining, like the Akash Simp situation, because it's so out of left field and spectacularly toxic that it's almost unbelievable. This is just a bird brain. Stop sending me videos like this. Stop sending me shorts. Send me interesting topics. Hey, Bo, you should talk about Somalis in Minnesota absolutely wrecking the public funds and selling money to Al-Shabaab or whatever the terrorist groups are in Somalia. Hey, Bo, you should see that, where Ilhan Omar's district is, 70 to 80% of the fraud occurs there. Hey, Bo, you should see the Somali gangs roving in Minnesota. Hey, Bo, did you know Somalia's got an IQ of like fucking 65 or 8? Did you know that to be considered retarded just a few decades ago, like in the movie, with Forrest Gump? Run, Forrest, run. He had 75 IQ in that movie. So you have a nation of retards, potentially. Fuck me. What is going on? I have to pretend to give a shit. I have to pretend to care. We have to live with these people. We have to pretend that they're on our level. They're our equals. Unreal, bro. I'm done. Catch you guys on the next one. Take care of yourselves, boys. And the few good women watching this. Laters.